to take you for a tour through my garden. I'm also going to show you how to dehydrate basil and prepare your spices while you're waiting for the rest of your garden to develop. How to keep up with dehydrating and preserving during the gardening season. So I am going to dehydrate some basil, and I hope you enjoy and stay tuned. So here is my garden. It is the third week of June, and things are happening. So I wanted to show you my spices. Here is my basil, and I pinched it and picked it today because I'm putting it in the dehydrator as soon as I go in the house. So that's basil. This is cilantro. There's some peppers. I have some weirdo sunflowers this year, fluffy, weird colors. So banana peppers. I forget the other kind of pepper. Strawberries. This is celery. Celery is a root, and it grows like a big ball. And I dehydrate it, and I make celery salt out of it. There's oregano, more celery, the end of the spinach. Here are some beets. They're looking wonderful. I love beet greens. I love beets. To the glory of God, of course. But I eat a lot of beets. Here's some late peas that I just put in. Only a couple of bean plants down there because I'm getting ready to travel again. And here is zucchini. And it is budding up. Very lovely. So over here, I have some watermelon down at the end. I used a tarp because I took my pool down and I had these in my barn and I was going to use them instead of throwing them away. Cantaloupe, broccoli, yellow and red peppers. Next row is beets, leeks, onions. And it looks good. This is my first time using my Irish heritage to grow some potatoes. So I have gold, red, and white. There's onions on the end over there. And the potatoes are looking really good. So over here I have butternut squash, which is looking really good. Butternut squash soup is my favorite, and I make it and I eat it almost all winter. It's just all vegetables and it's yummy. Sweet potatoes. A couple of rows of sweet potatoes. Here's my carrots. They look good. And last but not least is my tomato plants. So my tomatoes, I grew a lot of them from seed because I like non-GMO heirloom. So I have some really odd tomatoes. Like, for example, ox hearts, and they actually look like a heart. They're purple and pink, but you'll see them when I get them grown in. These right here are my favorite for canning. They're San Marzano, an odd sunflower that got to live because they attract so many beautiful finches. So the tomatoes are looking super. And there it is. Here is the basil, and I have 4 trays. I just picked the bigger leaves. And I will keep dehydrating this throughout the season because I use it with my salsa and my tomato sauce. So here we go. Here is our dried basil. How do you know it's dry? You listen. Amen. Now, you'll see that, there's some sticks and everything on here. But once I put it through the grinder, I will sift it and the sticks won't come in. It smells wonderful. So 4 trays. I had it on 135 for 5 hours. And it is done. I will keep taking cuttings, as I showed you from the garden, just pinching the leaves off and dehydrating as I go. So by the time the tomatoes are ready, the spices are ready. So here is my dehydrated basil. We have a serious thunderstorm heading in, so it's pretty dark in here. You can hear how dry it is. Now, I'm going to grind this up in my coffee jar, but I also will keep some whole leaves, because usually when I'm making tomato sauce, I will just put a couple of whole basil leaves into my sauce. And it just makes the sauce so fragrant. Is ground to powder. You can use a sifter and take out the little sticks on the end that will not go through. You have your own options, how you like to use your spices. Some people like it ground fine. Just put it through the sifter. Some people like chopped basil. Some people use whole basil. It smells so phenomenal. I'm going to put it in a jar with an oxygen absorber. So here it is, the finished product, the start of the finished product. Garden fresh basil, oxygen absorber, plenty of room to fill up with the rest of the gardening season. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I pray you give it a try. You can also buy vegetables, in the store, plants like basil, if you don't have room for a garden. And you can put the leaves on the dehydrator. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like if you haven't already. And I pray God's blessings upon you, and thank you for watching.